Well, Katie and George, few can imagine what Craig Scott went through as a teenager in April of 1999 after heading to the library of Columbine High School to study for a test. In the wake of such an immense personal tragedy, Scott is now turning pain into purpose and encouraging others to lend an ear to our better angels in memory of those already up above. The silence of a school library gone in an instant, along with 12 teenage lives and a high school teacher. Craig Scott will never forget the Columbine shooting, having witnessed 10 classmates killed feet away from him that harrowing day.
I was in the room where most of the shooting happened, and 10 students were killed around me, and I had 2 friends that were killed right next to me.
Scott hid under a table as the shooters opened fire. After boldly sprinting from the school's library to save his life, he would learn his sister Rachel was the first victim of the massacre.
I struggled a lot with anger and hating the 2 shooters, and people just had to tiptoe around me.
More than 20 years later, Scott doesn't hide from the horror of Columbine. Instead, he's made it his mission to leave a bigger, more positive impact than the shooters sought to make.
Instead of just lashing out, you can take anger and direct it towards a goal, and it becomes determination. And my determination was I want to make a positive impact. The shooters at Columbine wanted to leave a negative impact. I want to leave a positive impact.
Over the past 2 decades, Scott has traveled to schools across the country, inspiring students and staff to turn pain into purpose, become emotionally resilient, and value themselves as well as those around them.
One of the mothers of one of the shooters wrote a book, and she said, "We valued our son, but he didn't believe in his own value." With the thinking of, I'm not valuable, I'm worthless, the world would just be better off without me, I come in with the message that you have incredible inherent built-in value. And don't underestimate your potential. You always have the capacity to give, to love, to do good in this world.
Sharing his message across Winona area public schools this afternoon, Scott challenged community members to let the brightest parts of life outshine the dark.
Don't let any one negative thing dominate your thought space, no matter what it is. See through problems and be focused on answers and be focused on positive things. Because if you focus on the right things, it automatically negates the wrong things.
Scott also worked with students and staff all day across Winona area public schools, helping them build more positive relationships between each other. Katie, George.
Thanks, Anthony.
Well, in the more than 2 decades since the Columbine massacre, Scott has spoken to more than 1 million people.